What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to attempt this quiz all about Canada. And if you don't know, I actually tried this quiz a while ago on easy difficulty, and I did okay, actually. And then I tried this quiz again on medium difficulty, and I did mediocre, to be honest. So today, in true American fashion, I want to push the limits of what I should be doing for no good reason and attempt this Canadian trivia quiz on hard difficulty. So, we have it on hard, 25 questions, and we are going to find out what some random American guy knows about really difficult Canadian trivia. So, let's see here. Question 1. In what year did the original center block? Oh, you spelled center wrong. I'm just kidding, just messing with you. That's the Canadian spelling, right? Of center, right? I think so. In what year did the original center block of the Parliament buildings burn down? The Parliament buildings of Canada burned down? Oh my God. But I think technically the White House was burnt down uh, a while ago. And anyway, so I guess I shouldn't be that shocked. It seems like all these historical buildings get burnt down at one point or another. And I think I'm just kind of stalling here for no reason because I have to finally admit I have no clue what years in your Canadian Parliament that it burnt down. I would expect that was a while ago, but not 1916. Oh, shh, shh, shh. Don't question it. Don't question it. Just keep going. You know what? Maybe I'll just mess around and get every question right, all 25. Why not? All right, that's a good start. I have to admit that was mostly a guess. Canada declared war on which country in 1941? So we're talking about World War II, right? So we're talking about Germany, right? No, Japan. I guess, well, yeah, Germany and Japan. But I guess I don't know my World War II history as well as I should, but yeah, I guess it would have been Germany or Japan. Well, there goes the perfect score. I guess it's good we got that out of the way quickly so my ego could kind of take a check there. Which city was home to Canada's first parliament? Ooh, because the capital of Canada is Ottawa, right? So, was the parliament ever somewhere else other than Ottawa? Maybe it was Toronto? I've heard of Kingston. I don't know why. Maybe this is why. And Montreal, that's a huge Canadian city. I would go with like Toronto. No, it's Kingston. Maybe that's why I've heard the name Kingston. I didn't really know what it was for. It was Canada, the home of Canada's first parliament. Okay, let's keep going. Are we Maybe it was good to get that first question right by luck so I don't get, 25 out of 25 wrong. What is the official residence of the leader of the opposition? So, this is the Canadian government, and when you're in the Canadian government, and I think when you're the prime minister, you get a special residence, and when you're the leader of the opposition party, you also get a special residence? Like how the American president gets the White House. I don't know where your prime minister lives, and I certainly don't know where the leader of the opposition would live. They get a special place? That's nice. No idea. Sussex, isn't that like England? Sternaway, Citadel. I like that name. Let's just go with that. That would have been a complete guess as well. Stornoway. Do most Canadians know this stuff? Because this is, I don't know, this is tough. We are on hard mode right now. Who coined the phrases the global village and the medium is the message? Man, what's my expectations for this quiz? I'm hoping to get, at this rate, 5 out of 25? I don't know. Who said the global village and the medium is the message? I've heard that phrase, the medium is the message. Malcolm Gladwell, John Kenneth Galbraith, Noam Chomsky, or Marshall McLuhan? I've heard of Malcolm Gladwell. Never heard of Marshall McLuhan. This is bad, I'm not going to lie. Is this just going to be a case of taking a beating and just get to the end? How many judges serve on the Supreme Court of Canada? Ooh. Oh my. You know, gosh, I barely know this kind of stuff about American governments. The Supreme Court of Canada, if I had to guess, it'd be 7 or 9. You'd think it'd be like 9. Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you, Canada, for somehow going along with my common sense reasoning there. How's that for reasoning my way through it? It should be about 9. And it was 9. Sometimes that's just how you get through life. What is British Columbia's provincial tree? You have a tree of British Columbia, like like in America, I guess our states have like birds and maybe trees. Anyway, British Columbia has a tree. Western red cedar, that sounds nice. Douglas fir, lodgepole pine, arbutus tree. I have to say, in my defense, do any normal Canadians know this one? This is crazy. Western red cedar, because British Columbia is west. Wait a minute. I'm actually making a bit of a comeback here. I've gotten 3 correct. I'm going to reach my goal of 5. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. In what years were the Quebec referendums? At some point I heard about this. And if I could have remembered. I remember it wasn't that terribly long ago. It wasn't 2000. That's too recent, I think. It could have been 1970. 1980 and 1995. Wow, that's really recent. I mean, what am I saying? Somehow 1995 is 30 years ago. When did that happen? Oh my God. But yeah, not that long ago. In the grand scheme of things, what is Ontario's license plate slogan? Like, a lot of states have slogans and stuff, so this isn't totally crazy. The Ontario license plate slogan, where the white trillums grow. Do you have white trillums? Yours to discover. Loyal she began. That's kind of like historical, folky. Loyal she began. Ontario, where dreams come true. That's a little too like it's not have a money back guarantee that your dreams will come true. Loyal she began or yours to discover. I like the loyal she began. No, it's yours to discover. I thought, yeah, that one made the next most sense to me. Loyal she began. That's what it should be. What? How American is that for you? Instead of just accepting the answer to a literal fact, I'm just like, nah, it should be what I said. What Canadian record does the Manitoba Lake Pequawatchname-Koskwe-Pinwanik hold? The biggest name, right? The largest number of killer whales, smallest lake, deepest lake, the longest place name in Canada. What kind of question is that? How are you going to make me say Pequawatchname-Koskwe-Pinwanik and not know? Like, that's obviously the longest name. Okay, that's like a freebie. Well, take it. Who was Gabriel Dumont? Sounds French. A Metis leader, a buffalo hunter, a military commander, all of the above. Could you have been Man, when they put all of the above, you remember back in school, whenever they put all of the above, you were just attracted to that answer. You're like, would they put that there just to troll you? Just to confuse you? I don't know. I think they put it there because it's the correct answer. Man, fifth grade me did the same thing, and look at me now. Still. Which was the first global war? The 7 Years' War, the War of 1812, World War One, the Boer War. Had to be World War One, right? These other wars were not global wars, were they? The 7 Years' War? Man, I feel like I should know that. I feel a little stupid for not knowing that. I don't know anything about the 7 Years' War. I just know that the World War, it's in the name. World War. 7 Years' War was a global war? Man, I gotta learn more about that. Because that's not even just a Canadian thing then. That's an everybody thing. In what year did British Columbia join the Dominion of Canada? Don't keep hitting me with these dates. Not the dates. These are just. I already got a couple freebies, and this is just a nail in the coffin. They joined Canada in 1918. 1871. Okay. Fair enough. No idea. I don't know. Nova Scotia was the first British North American colony to practice responsible government. Nova Scotia practiced responsible government? I have no idea. Like, what does that mean? What's a responsible government? There's a technical term? Definition? Sure. This is also like so oddly specific. How can it be false? Yeah, like I hate to exploit that about the quiz, but how are you going to say this detailed of a fact and it not be true? What is the name of the New Democratic Party's predecessor? So the New Democratic Party, there was a party before it. I didn't know that. The Saskatchewan Party, the Cooperative Commonwealth Federation. No, it couldn't have been that long, right? Who's gonna fill all that out on a piece of paper? I'm voting for the Cooperative Commonwealth Federation. Like, that can't be it. The Democratic Party of Canada. I don't think the Orange Party? The Orange Party, maybe. What if it is the long one? Maybe just the Democratic Party of Canada? Oh my god. Well, it should be the Orange Party. It's that. Well, I see why you guys changed the name. The Cooperative Commonwealth Federation Party? Who has time to say all that? Okay. Let's keep going before I get too worked up. Which province operates under a civil law system instead of common law? By the way, I'm at 6 correct, so I did beat my goal of 5. Let's try to get to 10, because we have like 9 more questions. Let's see if I can get to 10 correct. That would be a win for me. One of your provinces operates under a different law system? That's interesting. Civil law, not common law. Are we talking about marriage? Like there's common law marriages and civil. No, I don't. Maybe that's just a general law term. Would it be Quebec? Because Quebec is kind of its own entity, from what I understand. Yes, okay. That's good. That felt good. That question and getting the answer, that was like using my brain and just narrowing it down. I like that. What did the Quebec Act of 1774 do? It allowed religious freedom for Catholics and let them hold public office. It restored French civil law, but maintained British criminal law. It enlarged the boundaries of the province of Quebec, or all of the above. Don't hit me with the all of the above. If this is an act, you would think it would have multiple clauses to it. All of the above. They need to stop that, because I'm gonna pick that every time. I don't care. All the above. I'll take it. Thank you. Quiz. What was the outcome of the Persons case? Not familiar with it. The right for inmates to vote in elections. The end of slavery in Canada. The right of women to be appointed to the Senate, amendments to the criminal code to legalize abortions. Persons case could be the abortion legalization thing or the rights of women. Persons, I don't know if persons is somebody's name, if this is just named after a person, named person, or if we're talking about persons, like literally. If it was about persons, it could be any. That doesn't even help me. All of these have to do with people. I don't even know what rabbit hole I'm going down there. So if this was a case, this was like a law case. I feel like that would be slavery or the abortion thing. Abortion thing? No. I was trying. I was trying so hard to do something there, to figure something out. No. What hockey player is known as the Kid? I randomly think, like the only player I really know are Wayne Gretzky and Sidney Crosby. I've heard of Sidney Crosby. I think it's just him. I don't know why I know that. I just like am aware of sports in general. So that's nice. This is supposed to be like the hard mode quiz, and for the most part these are really 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 hard. But this one was randomly kind of easy to me. So that's funny how that works. What is Quebec's motto? Okay, Quebec's motto. It's not Ontario's, not yours to discover, but La Belle Province, the beautiful province. Le Nord fort et libre, the strong and free North. Je me souviens, I remember. Mon pays, mes amours, my country, my love. Would it just be that you're beautiful? Maybe. That's a bit, I don't want to say egotistical, but it's like, the beautiful, welcome to the beautiful province. We are just beautiful. Maybe. I kind of like that. Strong and free North. That could very well be. I remember. Dang. That's like ominous. What do you remember? My country, my love. I like that one the most. My country, my... Oh, it's I remember. Wow. What happened? Oh my God. The motto is I remember? That's scary. That's like... Or maybe it's... I'm thinking of like revenge. I don't know why that's where my mind goes, but maybe it's more of a like... paying homage to how your culture started or where it comes from or maybe the sacrifices that have been made. So yeah, that's fine. That's good. What Canadian-made infantry weapon earned a bad reputation among Canadian soldiers as unreliable and was removed in 1916? This is possibly, aside from the date questions, this is the most ridiculous, like, who would know this? Who would know what random military weapon was removed from service in Canada in 1916? It's for being unreliable, the Ross rifle. I love when I get so worked up and then get it right. Oh, who was Canada's longest serving prime minister? Oh, man. I probably saw this in a video at some point. Who was the longest serving prime minister? You guys have no term limit, right? So it can just go on and on and on. I don't know. I don't think it's Pierre Trudeau. I don't know any of the others. Let's say Mackenzie King. I don't know why I gravitated towards that. Maybe some weird random brain cell knew it. I don't know. But I'll take that. That was pretty much a guess. Which symbols are... Wait, what are we at? Oh, we've answered 11 correctly! Hey! Can I get to 50%? I can get to 50% on this quiz. I can get a solid F on this quiz if I get them all right from here on out. Great. Which symbols are on the white and green Franco-Ontarian flag? It's those... We're talking about the French, the Quebec flag? Because it's not maple leafs or beavers. It's like what's a trillium? Are the fleur de lys? It's that flower crest thingy. I don't know what it's called. It looks like a banana being peeled. Let's go with that. Okay, it's called the fleur de lys. Okay, nice. I think I know what flag we're talking about, so I should get that one. Who was Harold Innis? Hockey player. governor general, prime minister, political economist, and pioneer. And this one is so needlessly complicated. A political economist and pioneer in communication studies, that's what it is. Whenever you get that detailed about an answer, I know that's what it's going to. So I kind of exploited the quiz. Oh my goodness, if I get one more right, I will have gotten the majority on the hard quiz right. I can't believe this is where we're at right now. Who was Canada's prime minister during the Second World War? Dang it. Dang it! It's not going to be the Mackenzie King. Well, if I'm being logical, he had the longest term. So the odds are, statistically, he was the prime minister during any given time. Do I go with that just based on odds? I think I do. Yes! Yes! No way. No way. Time to brush up. Get out of here. No, I got 56%. I got over half. I got some guesses correct. I exploited the quiz. I took answers wherever I could get them whenever the quiz kind of was telling me the answer, and I would get, I did whatever I had to do to crank out the 56%. I'll take it. This was a lot of fun. I definitely learned some new things about Canada that I feel like no American knows, and probably not even a lot of Canadians know. This is like, come on, we are getting in the weeds here, but it was a lot of fun. Canadian history and stuff that we're certainly not taught about here in the United States. So this was cool, and I'm honestly happy with how I did. So anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on this Canadian quiz, the challenge, the questions, that'd be fun to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and learning about Canadian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.